says that this is only not by nature, it is pure. That is why it is said that pabhassara vidam chittam tamchakho agantukehi upkilesehi upkritam. That by nature it is pure, it is being defiled by incoming inward defiling factors. So in Sanskrit text also it is said that prabhasavar chittam in Yogachar text and other text also it has been defined in another way. So by nature it is pure, it is being defiled by our defiling factors, and this consciousness when becomes free from these dirty or defiling factors, one gets a state of eternal bliss, that is the Nibbana, or a state of peace. So this now the main process of the consciousness. I am coming to the main topic that how these objects are being cognized through our mind. We know that there are 5 senses: Chakhu, Sot, Ghan, Jihva, Kay and Mana. And there are 6 objects also, additional objects, namely Rupa, Sad, Gandh, Rasa, Pottabha and Dhammayatana. Each sense has its capacity to catch its respective object. Like Chakhu catches its respective object, Rupa. In the same way, other senses also catches. So this process of consciousness has been given the term in Pali as a Chitta Vithi. That is, the Chitta Vithi is the course of cognizance or the process of consciousness which have been discussed in our text also. How this was discussed in the last text of Abhidhamma Pitaka, that is the Patthana Pakarana, and how it was developed in the commentary, that is the Atkatha, and how it has been interpreted by Acharya Buddha Ghosa and Acharya Buddhadatta in their respective texts, namely Visuddhimagga and Abhidhamma Avatar. I will make an analysis of this and how these interpretations given by Acharya Buddha Ghosa as well as Acharya Buddhadatta, how they were again interpreted by Acharya Anuruddha in Abhidhamma Sangha. So these are some of the things that how the process of consciousness, which was started in a seed form in the text Patthana Pakarana, how it has been interpreted in other texts. We will discuss one by one. So this Chitta Vithi, as we know that there are 2 words, Chit and Vithi. Chit is the consciousness, Vithi means course, way, path. But in technical way, Chit Vithi is a name of process of consciousness or course of cognizance through which objects are being cognized by our mind or the consciousness. So this is how the gist of functions. We have already seen that there are 5 senses, altogether 6, Chakhu, Sot, Ghan, Jihva and Kay. So there are 2 types of course of cognizance, Panchadwara Vithi and Manodwara Vithi. Panchadwara Vithi is the name of the course of cognition or the process of consciousness through which 5 senses are or 5 objects are being cognized by our respective objects. In Upanishad or other traditions, also in Hindu traditions, that how the process of the functioning of the mind or the Atman, which have been discussed, here also we see that how the functioning of mind defines itself being an Atman. So how this concept of an Atman defines itself being Atman. So this is the interpretations through our Chitta Vithi. And Manodwara Vithi is the name of course of cognitions through which there is a interpretations that how mind cognizes its respective object, that is the Dhammayatana. So this is the there are two types of course of cognizance through which it has been interpreted in our text. So here there are 10 stages of the course of cognizance. If you see that bhavanga, bhavanga chalana, bhavanga vicheda, panchadwara vajjana, sampatichana, Chakobiyan, Sampatichana, Santirana, Otappana, Javana, and Tadalambana. So there are 10 stages through which objects are being cognized by our mind. So there are 3 course of cognizance which have been discussed, and in the early text we do not find these 10 types of course of cognizance. The Patthana Pakarana, the last text of Abhidhamma Pitaka, which gives only in the case of Anantar Pacha, that how this Panchadwara Vajjana and Sampatichana is being interpreted by the Manodhatu and Manobhyana Dhatu. So there are 2 terms which have been discussed in the Panchadwara Vithi, in the text of our Patthana Pakarana. But it is not in a detailed manner that how the 10 stages like Bhavanga, Bhavanga Chalana, Bhavanga Vicheda, Panchadwara Vachana, Chakhu Vijnana, Sampatichana, Santirana, Uttappana, Javana and Tadalambana. These have been not given in Patthana Pakarana. Only that Panchadwara Vajjana has been interpreted as a Manodhatu, and Sampatichana, Santirana, Uttappana, Javana and Tadalambana, they have been interpreted by the way of Manobhyana Dhatu. So this is only indication in the Patthana text. Later on we see that how Acharya Buddha Ghosa in the text Visuddhi Mag, magnum opus of our Acharya Buddha Ghosa, how he interprets, and first of all he gives that how there is a concept of Bhavanga. How this concept of Bhavanga, that is the passive state of mind, which had been interpreted in our text. Acharya Buddha Ghosa might have borrowed this concept of Bhavanga from other traditions also. We find in Abhidharma Kosa, there is a concept of Bhavanga, Alay Vigyan. And David J. Kalpahana, Sri Lankan scholar at the University of Hawaii, he interprets that this Bhavanga concept by Acharya Buddha Ghosa might have been borrowed from the concept of Alay Vigyan of Yogacharyans or Vigyanavadins. So this is one of the things that he might have borrowed from. So from there we see that how there are 10 ways of the course of cognizance which have been interpreted by Acharya Buddha Ghosa. In the text Abhidhamma Avatar by Acharya Buddha Datta, also we find the course of cognizance in the 10 ways of the course of cognizance. And it is said that Bhavanga, Bhavanga Chalana, Bhavanga Vicheda, these 3 are the preliminaries. They are all together through the 10 stages of course of cognizance. There are 17 thoughts moments. Thoughts moments that each mind is being differentiated by the thought moment. And if you go through the Abhidhamma way of traditions, we find that there are 89 or 121 types of consciousness which have been differentiated or classified on the basis of jati, class, or by the way of our moral, immoral, or inoperative consciousness. So through this, they have been interpreted in a very different manner. So this Bhavanga, which has been interpreted by Acharya Buddha Ghosa or Acharya Buddha Datta in that respective text, Visuddhi Mag, as well as in Abhidhamma Avatar, they are saying that Bhavanga is a concept which is a passive state of mind or dormant state of mind. And there are 19 types of consciousness which are associated with the Bhavanga. And again, with the concept of Bhavanga, we are having the concept of Patisanti Chitta as well as Marana Chitta. That these two concepts which have been also interpreted by Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the text Visuddhi Magga and Abhidhamma Avatar by Acharya Buddha Datta. So these 10 texts, there are 14 from the Panchadwar Vajjana till Tadalammana, that is the recording of the subject in our mind. All these are having the 14 types of thought moments. Altogether there are 17 thought moments, and again each thought moment is subdivided into 3, Uppad, Thiti and Bhanga. That every thought arises, stays and perishes also. So there are 3 sub-thought moments in each thought moment, that is the Chitta Kana. And this thought moment which has been discussed altogether, 17 thought moments. And there is a interpretations in the text of our Abhidhamma Sangho by Acharya Buddhadatta, and again in by Acharya Sumangala in Abhidhammata Vibhavani Tika, how it has been interpreted by other scholars also. And we also find that in Paramath Dipani, how it has been interpreted by our Lady Sayadaw in a different manner. And he criticizes some of the things related with our theory of thought process, that is the course of cognition in the Paramath Dipani. And Lady Sayadaw also does not differ with some of the points of our Vibhavani Tika author, that is Acharya Sumangala. Later on, we also find that how Dharmananda Kosambi, a great scholar of our Abhidhamma Sangho, he also composed Nonit Tika, and he has also interpreted the course of cognition or process of cognition in a different manner. And he criticizes that Lady Sayadaw criticizes the Vibhavani Tika in a different manner. So here, course of cognitions, the making of analysis of the mind, that how it has been done by our acharyas. So here it is said how the sub-commentators by after Acharya Buddha Ghosh and Acharya Buddha Datta, how the other texts in Mahavihara traditions of Sri Lanka and even in Mahavihara traditions of Sri Lanka, how the Chitta-Vritti concept has been interpreted in different manner. So here it is said that the mind is a natural image maker which functions at several levels. Imaginations, bhavana, feeling, desire are working together or are not separable. So experience starts with images which are ultimately projections from within the mind. So this is the interpretations by others, but again one group of Theravadins in Sri Lanka, that is other than the Mahavihara traditions, they are also accepted the arising of the 5 door senses organ with bhavanga, but another authority introduced as others have maintained that they arise with the avajjana. Some of the scholars that here the process of consciousness starts from the bhavanga, but in other traditions of Mahavihara, they say that it starts from the Panchadwara Vajjana, the course of cognition, the process of cognitions or consciousness starts with the Panchadwara Vajjana Chitta, and it lasts at Tadalammana. I am not going to discuss all these 10 stages because it will take much time, that how from the Bhavanga and till Tadalammana, how the course of cognitions is being undertaken by the scholars. But here it is again said that according to some Theravadins, the Vodhapana occurs twice or the thrice. Before that we are not having such concept of 17 thought moments. So here first of all, the Vodhapana has 2 thoughts moments, twice or thrice, but others say that it occurs twice. Acharya Ananda, who has also written Abhidhamma Mulatika, and he discusses that weak object on the basis of arising registration tadalambana arises once or twice in a cognitive process. This is the interpretations of Acharya Ananda in Abhidhamma Mulatika. But the Abhidhamma commentary has rejected their view. According to the latter, it arises twice. It is stated that Attasalani represents a wavering stage in between the Visuddhi Magga and Sammoha Vinodani. We know that Attasalani is the commentary of Dhamma Sangani, the first book or the basic text of Dhamma Pitaka. And the commentary on Dhamma Sangani, it is Attasalani. And Sammoha Vinodani is the commentary of Vibhanga, the second text of Abhidhamma Pitaka. It is also called as a supplementary text of Abhidhamma Pitaka. So it also, there is a Abhidhamma Sangho, when it refers to the registration Tadalambana, so Attasali itself does not permit us to maintain such a view. Attasali differs in the, if you go through the Vipak Uddhar Katha, then it is discussed. And it has been said that when any one of the 6 additional objects enters into the range of mind, there starts the course of cognizance at mind door, Manodwara Vithi. One cannot harbor in his mind each subject which is not unknown. Therefore, the stages prior determination does not occur in the course of cognition. Thus, on appearance of the object, there occur 4 stages like Bhavanga Chalana, Manodwara Vajana, Javan, and Tadalambana. So this has been discussed in our text Attasalani. There is also said that the Manodwara Vajana is another name of Vattapana at 5 door of senses. It is at this stage the object is determined, Manodwara Vajana, Javan, and Tadalamman Chitta successively. So Bhavanga Chalan lasts for 1 thought moment, Manodwara Vajana for 1 thought moment, Javan for 7 thought moment. So altogether there are 17 thought moments. The full course of cognition takes 11 thought moments to complete itself in the case of Manodwara Vithi. So the Bhavang Chalan is the preliminary in the case of Manodwara Vithi. Since Javan repeats itself for 7 times, the Tadalaman twice, therefore there are 10 times of arising of the consciousness, Chittupad. After Tadalamman, there is the end of Bhavanga path. So this is the Vithi Mutta, with this the object is fully known. Again, in the case of how this process has been interpreted in other texts, I am coming to that in the Patisambhida Magga Petkopadesh Nityapakaran Milenda Pahiyo, there is also that Avajan is discussed, or Panchadwar Vijan has been discussed first of all, and how this Chitvithi, which has been interpreted by Acharya Buddha Ghosh and Buddhadatta in the text of Abhidhamma Avatar as well as Visuddhi Magga, how it has been said that Vipak Mano Dhatu and Vipak Mano Vihana Dhatu. So in the text of Patisambhita Magga, Petkopadesh and Nityapakaran, these 3 texts are also contemporary texts which is discussed in another way, that it is Panchadwara Vajan is nothing but it is the Vipak Mano Dhatu, Vipak Mano Vihana Dhatu. So these have been discussed in a different manner. So it is the concept of Bhavanga which was interpreted by Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the first of all in Visuddhi Magga. They have been also interpreted in different manner in other commentaries also. So we see that how the concept of Bhavanga which had been discussed. So there is another text by Acharya Dhammapad, Paramath Manjusa, that is the Visuddhi Magga Mahatika. Here also it is said that one's sense doors do not apprehend objects while one is in other mother's womb. It is said that when Namarupa takes conceptions in the womb of the mother, there is a general conception that Bhavang starts from there itself. But here in the Paramath Manjusa, Acharya Dhammapal says that is the one's sense door, the Panchadwar Vajan, do not apprehend objects while one is in mother's womb, nor do they take their objects immediately after birth. Their capability of apprehending objects developed gradually. Abhidhamma Mool Tika Acharya Anand refuses the concept of presence as a sub-moment of consciousness. We are having Upada, Titi and Bhanga, but Acharya Anand does not consider this type of consent. In Visuddhimagga and its commentary, the Visuddhimagga Mahatika, each consciousness, that is the thought moments, are considered as consisting of three temporal, that is the Upada, Titi and Bhanga. So how these texts have been discussed in a later phase by our Acharya Lady Sayadaw in Paramath Dipini, we see that more elaborate and controversial ideas of Lady Sayadaw is noticed in his explanation of the five-door and the mind-door processes of the consciousness. The five-door process, apart from explaining about the six-fold presentation of the sense object at the sense door, he further clarifies that the greatness and the slackness of the object, that is Atimanta or Alambana, these should not be categorized on the basis of the size of the object. Rather, it should be counted as per its impact on consciousness, which is his extra contribution in defining the cognitive process, that is the thought process. He further clarifies how a mind door process functions in identifying the form, shape, name and other details of the object in the process of consequent mind door process after the five door process, which has not been clearly explained in the commentaries Abhidhammat Sangho and Abhidhammat Vibhavani Tika. So this Abhidhammat Sangho and Abhidhammat Vibhavani Tika categorize the mind door object only as a clear and obscure objects, whereas Lady Sayadaw further elaborates of such objects into the fourfold, that is the very clear object, obscure object and very obscure object, similar to the categorization made for the five-door senses objects. In the Navnita Tika of Abhidhammat Sangho by Acharya Dharmananda Kosambi, he interprets the concept of Chitviti as expressed in Abhidhammat Sangho with references from the Vibhavani Tika and Paramath Dipini. However, when there arises any controversies between these two commentaries, he takes the side of Vibhavani Tika. So this is our process of consciousness, how the objects are being cognized and how this process have been discussed only things. So I am coming to the last section of my presentations, that how the mutual relations of the Chit and the Chetsika, that is the consciousness and the psychic factors, have been discussed in our Abhidhammat Sangho text. We know that alamban chinteti chittam, that consciousness is that which thinks of an object, and it is in the sense of knowing the objects, respective objects, as we are having the six senses, and knowing the respective objects of the senses is called as consciousness. That is why it is called as alamban chinteti chittam. So how the psychic factors, that is the chetsikas, Chetasi Bhavanti Chetsikam, that the Chetsikas are arising from itself, that is the consciousness. There is a mutual relationship between the consciousness and psychic factors. In defining the Chetsikas or psychic factors, Acharya Aniruddha, in the text of Abhidhammat Sangho, he defines that Ekupada nirodhacha ekalamman vattuka cheto yutta dulpanyas chetsikamata. That psychic factors arise and they siege on the same object and on the same base, and they are always associated with the consciousness Chitto Yutta, and they are 52 psychic factors altogether, and they have subdivided how these consciousness without psychic factors do not arise. And psychic factors also, they do not arise without the association of our consciousness. That is why it is said that Chittam Sahajata iti Chetsikam, that Chetsikas arises along together with our consciousness. So this is the mutual relations of mind and matter which have been discussed in our text, and it has been said that Chetasi Bhavam Tada Vittukam. So on the other hand, consciousness is not able to arise without the correlated mental properties. So our consciousness cannot arise without the association of our consciousness. They come into existence along with our consciousness. So this is the mutual relations of our consciousness as well as psychic factors which have been discussed, and they have great role in the process of consciousness or cognizing the respective objects also. So this Bhavanga Chitta which has been stated in our Visuddhi Magga first of all by Acharya Buddha Ghosh, and it is said that this is a passive state of mind. How this passive or dormant state of mind, and whenever there is a consciousness which is associated with Bhavanga or passive state of mind, the function of the mind starts. So from the Bhavanga there is a arising of our action of mind, whether it is mental, physical or vocal. So these three activities which are arising with our Bhavanga. So Bhavanga has a great role, and from the conception of the human being in the womb of mother, there is the arising of the Bhavanga. But some of the scholars in one traditions of the Theravadins do not consider it that Bhavanga starts from the conceptions of the human being, but it starts from the Panchadwara Vajjana, that whenever there are five senses which are turning towards the mind, then there is a arising of the Bhavanga. So there is another interpretations which have been discussed in our text. But some of the Rupert Gethin, which who has analyzed this Bhavanga concept in translating the text of Abhidhammata Sangha or Vibhavani Tika, he says that the fact that Abhidhamma uses the notion of Bhavanga to define both the nature of a given being and also what constitutes a lifetime, as that being suggests that Bhavanga is being used to explain not merely the logic of the continuity, but also why a particular being continues to be that particular being throughout his or her life, rather than becoming some other being. So this is the interpretations by Acharya, our Rupert Gethin. So through these the passages which have been discussed, it appears that this mind is causally related with our whatever the analysis of the mind which has been done. This is causally related to defend that there is no permanent entity in the personality of a being, and this concept of anatta which has been interpreted by with the help of making analysis of the mind. Further, Buddha says that this concept of mind is too causally considered and not having independent existence. Both concept of mind is mainly dependent on the cause and conditions. And the chit and chetsikas, that is consciousness and the psychic factors, are mutually correlated with each other, as well as they are interdependent also. So this is very exhaustive. I have tried to explain the analysis of the markets in a very concise form. So if you have any questions related with the process of consensus, you are most welcome. Thank you very much.